I woke up this morning with huge ambitions of what I was going to accomplish today. I could picture the whole thing in my head when I woke up. Step number one was get down here and go on a beautiful ferry ride. The next sailing is at 8:05 a.m. We have about an hour and a half wait. Cost of this ferry is $15.95 for your vehicle plus $6.90 for me. So you're looking at $20 and something. The ferry goes from here to just over there. That's it. It's a little 25-minute ferry ride. Look, it looks like snow. Those are shells. The whole beach is covered in shells. We are catching the ferry this morning from Vancouver Island over to Vancouver Island. Yep, you heard me right. We are in Mill Bay catching it over to Brentwood Bay. This just avoids the long drive all the way around if you're heading into the Victoria or Sydney, BC area here on the island. And besides, it's a way better commute to take this ferry boat ride. Are you kidding me? Ferry boat ride versus taking the long highway drive where people are in such a rush. Nope, I'll take this any day. And this is where my day went sideways. Shortly after the ferry, I was trying to turn through an intersection and I could feel my back end of my van grabbing a little bit, and then I noticed that my turning radius was horrible. I never felt this feeling before. It felt like my whole rear differential wasn't acting right. It drove normal when I was going straight, but the second I tried to turn, it was like jumping and skipping. So I picked up the phone and I called my friend John. And I said, John, does this sound like something that you can give me an answer to? He's like, yeah, it sounds like your rear locker is just jamming up. When was the last time you used it? I'm like, well, way up on the north side of the island, probably 300-400 kilometers ago. He's like, that's not right. That shouldn't have happened. He goes, sometimes after you activate your locker, it may take like 10-15 seconds or whatever it is for the locker to disengage. But it shouldn't just randomly be locking on me. So I picked up the phone and I called the Yukon Locker Company. They're in Everett, Washington. I called them and I'm like, what the heck, guys? I've been waiting all summer for this thing. When we finally get the right one in our hands, it's missing a part, and now I get the locker installed, and now we're having to take it apart? Yeah. Long story short, we have a problem.
So cute, buddy. You know that?
All right, ready?
Cruzy's getting bossy as he's getting older. He just stands at the van, sits all nice and pretty, looks up in it and barks and barks until somebody notices him. It's like, oh, Cruzy, what would you like? He's like, I want to go in the van, please. Oh my goodness. Waking up here in this amazing spot sure is good for the soul. This is Cowichan Bay, BC, my friends. One very cute little baby town. We're hunting. Cruz, we're hunting, buddy. Bro, you got war paint on your face, buddy. Attaboy, we gotta hide. Shh. We're hunting Joseph's, but he's on the phone. Just my lucky day. Come on. Well, let's try and fix that. We're gonna get out my ARB tire repair kit It's got the plugs and stuff we're gonna need. The tool it is to put in the plug. This is to make sure that the hole is big enough for the plug. A pair of needle nose and a knife. Pretty much everything we're gonna need. But let's try and pull this out, and fingers crossed, it's just a shorty. Oh, it's long. Oh, I don't think it went all the way in. I don't see any bubbles. Let's try opening this up a little bit. I think we're good to go, guys. We are good to go. This video has been 3 days in the making. This is the 4th day. I've had a hard time picking up my camera lately. Got frustrated the other day. See, I can't even speak today. It's been so long. I got frustrated the other day. And then yesterday, I honestly, guys, had the best day I've had in a very long time. Inside my van, down by the ocean, seeing the ocean through my front window. And I just sat in my van and watched Netflix all day. Had a few subscribers pop by when I was outside. And when I got up from watching Netflix, there was a few little notes in my front window from some of you guys that very much respected me by not knocking on my van. And I very much appreciate you guys for always being super respectful with me, because I've only had one ignorant person come by my van. They were just yelling in my window. But other than that, everybody else has been super sweet. Like, if my doors aren't open, you don't bother me. And I love that. But yesterday was an absolutely fabulous day by the ocean. Guys, I was there from morning till night. And the only time I turned my camera on was when I had that screw in my tire. Welcome to day 4 of my life here. But I thought I would end this video because right now it's just been multiple days of just footage. This is the very first time in my van life where I've ever been frustrated with my van. Like, frustrated to the point that I didn't even want to see it. This project has been, well, this hasn't worked out at all. And it's the locker that delayed my summer travels. And now that the locker's in, I was so stoked. That's it. Just wanted to go up island, spend a couple days with Joseph, and then I was going to peace out. And then to have this whole waiting all summer long just for a project that now has to be removed out of my vehicle. We'll reinstall the locker down the line somewhere. But I hit a snapping point with my van. I was super frustrated. I mean, all I could do at the time was just giggle and laugh, because what do you do in those moments? Do you get angry? It's not going to do anything. You yell at people. Whose fault is it? I don't know, manufacturer. What are you going to do at that point? You know, you're just a little voice. What are you going to do? So I just hit a snapping point in what I could handle. I can only handle so much stress, and I snapped. So this time was like, I was ready to just walk away from my van, go rent an Airbnb, and not look at my van for a little bit. Then I found myself online looking at prices of really nice oceanside Airbnbs that would be like a little vacation. And then I was like, oh, heck no. I started to tally up, okay, if I stay there for 5 days, how much is it going to be? I am not spending that kind of money just to not see my van for a little bit. So I was like, nope, I'm good. We ended up just staying in here and pausing for a bit. I kind of felt good. I missed not always creating every single day, but in my mind, I just said, hey, you're ahead on videos. It's time to pause for a little bit of a minute, release this stress, because you don't want to be making videos and having that just not in the back of your head. So you got this little tidbit of my last few days here in this video, and I'm feeling a lot better about it. In a couple more days, it goes in to get the locker removed, and then I might drive around the island for a day to make sure everything is all good. Then we're gonna leave for a little bit. I do have a few more things I'd like to do mechanically to this fan. I want to go
I have a rattle on one of my heat shields, and just a few other things I want looked at. Thinking maybe changing the spark plugs because it's been 3 years, I think, and that's the little things that's nice to do once in a while for peace of mind. Even though those things may last a few more years, it's nice to get ahead on those things, and spark plugs are fairly cheap and not a hard thing to do. So just some little things I want to do, peace of mind, before we like full shove it somewhere. But other than that, guys, I just it kind of felt good. I've been sitting by the ocean because the ocean has an energy and just has a way, as when the tides come in, it takes everything out with you on the way out. It's got a rhythm, and I've enjoyed it. I was over there I'm in a little peninsula sort of right now on the other side the other day. Now we're over here. It's great because it's by an airport, so I'm watching the planes and stuff fly in, and I think there's a military base or something like that around here because there's lots of really cool ships and like those big military troop helicopters with the double propellers on the top. It's been really just a really good moment today. But anyway, you guys, stay positive in the things, in those situations when things get tough, because what I have found in my life, and I have been through some tough times, you guys, my life has not been easy. From when I was a kid to the things that happened to me along the way to starting this van life broke, I've been through hard times, and one thing I have learned is that you can be angry, you can be frustrated, get down on yourself, and just get depressed about who you are and what's happening to you and how it's not fair. But what I found in those scenarios is just pause. Think of the positive side, like you're still breathing. Think of the positive side, like you still have enough change in your pocket to grab a coffee tomorrow morning. Really, honestly, that's all that really mattered at that point. You got through every day, slowly, little bit by little bit, with a few sacrifices. You got through every day and every situation. And I always found that every negative situation, something amazing always happened out of it. There was always a brighter side. It's really cheesy to say, but there was a silver lining in absolutely everything. Maybe it was me being positive and always learning how to learn from that situation. And it was in that learning part of it that I had great things happen. So even in this situation, really sucks that the project I've been waiting for this whole summer gets installed and then bang, it's broken. Now we got to remove it and instead of in that situation, sitting in that frustration, sitting in the anger, I did something good with it. I figured, okay, now I have some time. I had a handful of days to just sit around and wait to go in and get it done. So I found myself a spot by the ocean, and what positive came out of it? My mind is clear. I feel better. I was ahead on videos anyway, so it sure felt kind of good to just kind of focus on me and focus on the people around me in that real moment instead of always having the camera in front of me. It was nice to meet people. People were walking by the van. Some people were curious and looking from a distance. And I was like, okay, you can come over and have a look if you want. They came right over, looking around, asking all sorts of questions. It was just good to have that real world connection, you know, without always having to think in the side of my mind. Is the camera rolling? Did I get that shot? Are they in focus? Are they in the frame? It was a nice recharge. And I'm sure I'm glad that I didn't flip the bill for an Airbnb, because this thing is better than any Airbnb, and that's the truth, because I can move it from one view today to another view tomorrow. Forget renting Airbnbs. It's like such a privilege in my life that I live a life that I don't need a vacation from. I have a job that I love. I have people around me that are very supportive and very loving. And I live in a van with a view like that one. I'm gonna keep that view to myself right now, but we're gonna go because I think I'm running out of propane. Yep. Damn it. All right, I gotta go fill my propane bottle. See you guys soon. Not even cooked yet. Come on, propane. Come on.
So as of right now, I got a few days wait before I can get in and get that locker removed out of my van. Are we reinstalling it? Absolutely not. We are putting the differential back to normal, and I'm heading off on my summer trip. I'll deal with this when I get back. Thanks for watching.